All right, guys, so there's been a change of plans. I'll update y'all on what I decided to do. I did not give up on the car, but I did have a good deal with my buddy, Danny, my mechanic. So we're doing the timing belt just to accelerate the process of overall getting the car prepared because we're trying to shoot for December to get it done. So I'm here with Nate, who's working on the car. I don't know, do you mind if you're...
No, you're good.
Picture, okay. So I'm here with Nate. He's the one that's working on the car. Right now he's doing the timing job, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the fuel system in and stuff like that. So since I'm documenting the car, I figure I just allow him to give us the rundown on quickly like what you need to do in order to get everything pulled apart to replace the timing belt on the car. So if you want to just quickly walk us through kind of what your process was and how to do it.
Yes, sir. First things first, you're gonna want to take off your reservoir and your AC hoses. Gives you a lot more room just to work around here. And then next thing you're gonna want to take off is your motor mounts, and then you have a motor mount bracket that's attached right here. Already taking it off. Gives you more room just to get your engine up and down, up and down. You will have to get your engine up and down, just so that way you can work right here, get your hands in here, and then of course get to the water pump, which is right here. To get to the water pump, you will have to remove your alternator bracket, and your back timing cover, just to get to the 4 bolts that are all around the water pump. It's a bit of a pain of a process, but it's possible.
Cool. And then I noticed you removed the AC line. So is that optional, or is that just something that you're like, man, this will just make my life a lot easier?
It would just make life a lot easier, bro. That's the only reason why I did it. Yeah, it's probably possible, but I feel like it's going to be more of a headache just to work around the AC line. So just move them out the way.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So since I already drained the Freon and stuff like that from the AC system, if you're doing like the AC compressor and alternator and stuff like that, while you have all that stuff apart, I suggest just going ahead and doing the timing belt because that would just be easier, and it'll allow you to go ahead and pull the AC lines for ease of use. So while we're at it, we're also going to be replacing the thermostat. So that's the old one there, but we'll go ahead and put that on. This is the old belt. So you can see it wasn't in terrible shape, but definitely good preventative maintenance. Since this is an interference motor, we don't need the timing belt breaking. So that'd be terrible. So yeah, if y'all have any questions, I guess just pop them down below, and I'll keep y'all updated on the rest of the progress of the Stratus. Appreciate it, Nate.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, guys. So in regards to the fuel tank, we went and got it done. So we just took a bolt and just pushed it and just fit it in there. So there was a kind of an inner fitting. So what we did was just drill that inner fitting out, put a new fitting in there, and then just fit a bolt up to it. And you can see we kind of put some white locker on there. So there's no fuel spilling out. It fits in there perfectly. So if ever I need to drain the fuel tank again, which I don't plan, it's all done. But I did have to kind of MacGyver a new plug there, but able to get it done. Got the fuel tank back in there, filled the car up with fuel, everything's working. So on to the next job. All right, y'all. So we're back at it with this timing chain. And Nate, I'm sure wants to blow this car up. So there's another video on YouTube that talks about the slack on the belt that puts the timing off on this motor. So you're not going to be able to see it here, but there's a yellow, you can see the yellow mark, but there's also a yellow, we put yellow, what is that? Paint
marker?
Yep, in between the indentions of the crank pulley, if you will, or crank gear. Yes. So whenever you go to put this belt on, there's going to be some slack. So how would you best sum up like how to get it correct?
Just make sure you don't have any slack on the right side whenever you're trying to put everything on that right sprocket, and then once you feel like there's no play on there, should be good to go on there, and it just slides right on. But if you got that play and you pull on it, your pulley's gonna get out of timing on your crank, so you gotta make sure you don't have any slack right there. And once it's all together and you feel no slack, it kind of just slides on and in place. It should be good.
Well, we got it. If you're doing this, I recommend having someone else do it. If you have the money to just have someone else do the timing job, I would just go ahead and do that, in all honesty, and let them.
Be someone else's headache.
Let it be someone else's headache on this one. Unless you just want a challenge and you want to tackle it, just remember the issue with the slack. So you want the slack to hang on the tensioner, so instead of down at that crank pulley. So, but we got it all timed well and started it up, and it's running like a champ. So we're gonna put this all back together. Best of luck to y'all. If you have any questions, I don't know if I was very clear on what it is you need to do, but I can probably just reference that other video because the gentleman explained it a bit better. So yeah, reference that video. Make sure everything's lined up. Make sure the slack doesn't throw things off of time. So